Hi everyone, I'm Kaylee Hansen with SV Consulting, and in this video, I just wanted to highlight some of the AI tools that are out there and show a practical use case for how we can start to leverage these types of tools to automate certain tasks within workflows and ultimately make your lives easier. So in this example, I'm going to be an industrial manufacturer. So I'm manufacturing serialized pump systems. And as you can imagine, obviously a large part of my organization is going to be manufacturing and selling those whether that be through distributors or perhaps end users. And then the other part of my business is going to be, if I have these products under warranty and something happens to these pump systems, I could actually go ahead, receive these in from my customers and repair them for them. So as you can imagine with that entire flow, I may have data in different types of systems or different sources of data. So one, a lot of that information related to the products that I'm manufacturing and selling, the serial numbers associated with those, a lot of those could be directly within Acumatica as my ERP system in this example. But there may be instances where my serial numbers are sold or registered by the distributors, perhaps instead of me directly as a manufacturer. So in that case, I won't have access to, all of their sales to end users directly in my ERP system, but I may have that in something like a data warehouse. So that's going to be kind of my second source of data in this example, and I have that living in Snowflake today. And then lastly, there may be something else like documentation related to your warranty policies. Again, that's probably not going to live directly in your ERP system, but it may be a source that you want to start to leverage and verify against using a tool like Claude in this example. So I have three different data sources feeding Claude. So I have my ERP system, Acumatica. I may have additional external data related to my distributor sales and all of their sales history. That may exist in a data warehouse, in this example, Snowflake. And then lastly, I may have warranty documentation that I want to verify against as well. Could just be a general document, and that's also going to feed Claude so that I can go through this verification process before I just go ahead and repair certain items to make sure, hey, we actually manufactured that item. It was sold either directly through us or through our distributor network. And it's under warranty policy given, the date that they purchased, for example. So I've kind of fed those three sources into Claude using CData as the connectivity layer. And now that all of that's kind of behind the scenes, I can go ahead and query it before I go ahead and create my return order within Acumatica. So in this example, I just have a serial number. So what I did is I created just this little RMA portal lookup directly within Claude. I've pre-prompted it with the steps I want it to go through. So step one is going to look at, hey, based on this serial number that I received, perhaps from a customer via a web submission, for example, they want this product repaired. But again, I have to go through this verification process. So first it's looking to see, is this serial number something that I sold directly within Acumatica? Do I have that sales history? If not, this was perhaps sold directly from my distributor. So I can look at my information in that external data warehouse, in this case, Snowflake. So it's going through those two processes to see, was this a registered product and what was the date that that customer purchased it? So that's kind of step one. Step two is going to be, based on this, does this customer exist in Acumatica so that I can create that RMA order? If no, we could also prompt it to go ahead and create that customer for us. Step three is going to be, was this product registered? And based off of my warranty documentation, is it under warranty? And if yes to all of these different steps, then it's actually going to go ahead and create that RMA order in Acumatica as well. So I prompted it to create the order, add the correct line details based off of that serialized number. And then lastly, I've also prompted it to create an activity in Acumatica. As we're having Claude kind of take away the manual process for us and going through this full verification, we likely want a summary of everything that was verified against so that as team members log into my ERP system, they can go ahead and see, hey, here's the process that it ran through. Here are the different verification steps. And they can see, this was legit, why it was created before they go ahead and create that repair. So now I can see everything that it went through. You can see it verified those steps. It created that RMA order in Acumatica, tracked that activity, and then it's just telling me all of these components as well. You can see that this was a registered product. It is flagging it though to say, hey, this was late based on the date of purchase. They should have registered it sooner. It's still registered, so we're going to go ahead and create that repair. But again, if we wanted to prompt it to say, hey, if it's late, don't create it, we could certainly do so as well. So that's what this went through. And just to show you the output of this within Acumatica, if I go to my orders, if I go back for a minute here, we can see 8532 is that order that Claude had just created for me. Again, you guys saw my screen. I didn't go into Acumatica to create this, but again, had Claude do it based off of what I had prompted it. So here I can see it matched against my industrial supply distributor customer. I can see here is that inventory ID, the line details it's pulling over again as well. And then lastly, here's that activity that was created for me. So now I can see here it was created for the serial number. Here's the product associated with it. This is the specific policy within my warranty policy that it's pulling from to say, hey, it's under warranty, the registration details, etc. So all of these confirmations were added as an activity for me on that, again, RMA order that Claude had created. So some pretty cool stuff. Again, as you can imagine, that flow would take quite a bit of time if I went in, had to verify all of that information myself and do the entry process. So we had an AI tool just kind of take that away from us and do that heavy lifting for us. So now I can focus on what's important in terms of actually repairing this pump for my customer. So again, just a practical use case for some of these AI tools. Hope you guys enjoyed, and looking forward to some of the use cases that we'll start to demonstrate as well.